Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Hi, everyone, and happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there.
We are back and better than we were yesterday, as we do this show every single time. It is Veterans Day out there, so a special shout out to all the military service members. I've got some in my family. Janet also has some in her family, and obviously we have a ton of friends, that have served. And thank you all for your service. This country wouldn't be what it would be today without you guys, and we wouldn't be able to have this business, really. I mean, if you look at history.
Yes, freedom is not free.
Freedom is not free, and we're super grateful for all of you guys and girls that service, the men and women that, take their time away from their families and serve.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we love having the opportunities to put them on trips. It's kind of cool that a lot of places, not a lot, but there are some really good travel companies out there that will offer the discount to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a service, right? Who does that?
So Sandals Resort offers 10% to any active or retired military and also firefighter and police officers. But all you have to do, if you're retired or active, just show your military ID when you check in, and you get 10% off the price. There are a couple of other resorts that offer too. Like I know Couples Resorts offers a discount, and cruises offer a discount too. But sometimes their current promotional rate is better than the military rate, but Sandals always offers 10% off to military, and ends up, if you got a $5,000 trip, you get $500 off. It's pretty cool. So
absolutely, yeah. No, just to show their appreciation, and I know the cruise line, or not the cruise lines, but the airlines also let all active duty military board first, which I think is really cool.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you guys. If you're looking for a trip or a package and you're a service member that you can get a little discount on, give us a shout. But we're here today. We have a cool episode, I think. We have been on pretty much all the major cruise lines that go out of the States usually. So we've been on Royal Caribbean, we've been on Princess, we've been on Norwegian, we've been on Carnival.
Yes.
And those are pretty much your four major players in the cruise industry when it comes to going out of Florida or primarily really the U.S., right?
Right, yeah. And the only one we're missing that we haven't been on yet is Celebrity, but we'll make it on there soon.
And Celebrity's owned by Royal Caribbean.
Yep,
right?
It's
and that's
just
their
a step
premium.
up.
Yeah, it's like their step up version.
Yes.
A little more luxury.
Right, and then Royal Caribbean actually has an even more luxury version, which is called Azamara. And I did get to tour one of their ships one time when it was docked in Charleston, and very small, boutique-like, but it was beautiful on there. So
when are you planning on taking me on one?
Whenever we don't have something else going on, which we always do.
We've always had, oh man. But it's good, though. I mean, that's the nature of the business. You travel. Right. And we're pretty much the travel agency that actually travels to a lot of these places.
Yes.
So we hope we can give you the best advice, and then we put it on a podcast so you can listen to it while you're at the gym or whatever you're doing.
Yep.
So that's what we do. Anyway, so we're gonna not really rank. I don't want to rank these because they're very hard to rank. I think all four of these cruise lines offer a little. They're all unique. They offer something that you won't get on the other. You'll get on one. Then we kind of have our favorite.
I forgot about this one, but I haven't been on it, but you have. Holland America.
I have been on Holland America.
So we'll talk about that one too.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Right.
But that was actually my first cruise ever. I was 16 years old, and we did a Holland American cruise tour to Alaska, which was really cool. The experience was phenomenal. This is like the early 2000s. I think this was like 2002, maybe 2001, 2002, somewhere in there. I'd have to look. That's how long it's been. But no, it was an incredible cruise, and that kind of got me really hooked on travel, that trip, and at the time I looked at the boat. You get on these boats, if you've never cruised, they're huge.
They're ships.
Well, I was a young 16-year-old kid, and I'm going on this cruise. I was like, oh man, I'm going on this big boat. It was, in my mind, massive. I couldn't believe it's like a floating city to me. And now I look back, and we've been on the biggest ships in the world now. And I look back, and I'm like, wow, that was a tiny ship. Like the Allure and ships like that, just massive.
Oh, yeah,
compared to
absolutely.
Dwarf some of these Holland American boats and some of the smaller ones. But anyways, so yeah, we'll stick to the main 4 here.
Yeah.
What's the most commonly asked question when it comes to these cruise lines? Do you get questions like, who has the best food? Who has the best service? I mean, where should we start here with these? Because we can probably nail down all of these here. But what's most commonly asked? People ask about the food a lot.
And a lot of people ask about the food and the drinks. That's a big thing because when you think of going on a cruise, a lot of people also kind of have it in their mind of like an all-inclusive, and so I get asked a lot about the different drink packages that are offered because alcohol and sodas are not included. Sodas are included on Disney Cruise, but alcohol's not. So I get asked a lot about those, and the requirements and parameters around them are different with some of the cruise lines, but for the majority speaking, they're roughly, you can have 15 drinks a day, which I don't know how anyone can drink.
You were talking about the drink package, right?
Right.
The alcohol drink package.
Yes, because that's like one of the most commonly asked things.
So, and then people ask, is that worth it? Like that's like the big question is are those drink packages worth it? Because we've done cruises where we've gotten them, and then we've done cruises where we haven't.
I think we only got it on one, and that was on Royal Caribbean.
Are you sure?
Yes, we'd never
we've gone on so many I can't even.
Yeah, we've been on 9 or 10 cruises, but
over the last couple of years,
right?
Yeah.
And it really all depends on how much you drink, but they have a max limit on it. You can't have more than 15 drinks in a 24-hour period.
And if you can, God bless you.
I hope there is a doctor on board.
And there's probably a reason they cut it off, because there's got to be some liability there. If you give someone that and they're getting 20 drinks and then, God forbid, they get overserved, which you kind of, I'm sure there's...
Oh, right. And they probably also want to make sure that you're not like giving it to your friends or something like that.
That's the point. Yeah. You don't want to cheat the system.
Right.
Be honest, guys.
That's right. So speaking on the different drink packages, Royal Caribbean and Carnival, they are typically about $55 to $60 per person per day.
Okay.
Princess has the most expensive one, and because when we were just on our Princess cruise, we had looked at getting it, but it was $90 per person per day. And I was like, there is absolutely no way that we will ever drink that much where that is worth it.
Yeah. That's a lot. And I guess you probably get, and we'll have to look at it and maybe update the show notes, you probably get more premium, like maybe you get whatever you want, like literally if you want the fanciest drink with the, because they usually limit, I know when we did it on Royal Caribbean, there was only a certain selection of drinks. You couldn't.
Well, yeah,
it's like a Patron margarita.
Right, yeah.
It was like a
anything under $12, I think
is
what it is. Yeah.
You couldn't get like the coconut drinks because they actually have coconuts. Like all that stuff is like $20.
Right, yeah. And you do, I know, you get like 15 or 20% off bottles of wine if you get the drink package. So, that's nice.
There's definitely like, I do kind of like the aspect of, and this is maybe just me personally, but once you're there on the boat, and you have that all-inclusive or drink package or whatever it is on each, wherever you're going, you can kind of just get whatever you want. Don't even think about it.
Oh,
but
right.
I think if you're constantly swiping your card, you're constantly like, oh, okay, how much, you're not really, no one really, I guess some people are tracking on vacation. We actually are a little reckless, I guess, sometimes. Hey, we'll drink this, drink that. But there's kind of like that nice aspect of just, hey, you're on the cruise, the wallet's put away, you've already bought everything you'd buy pretty much outside of like T-shirts and gadgets and stuff. But there's something to that, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a nice peace of mind. And, it's just
get
like
you want, whenever you want.
Everything's prepaid up front. So it all depends on how much you plan on drinking on vacation and if you think it's going to be worth it. Now, Norwegian.
And let's, real quick.
Yeah.
To really max it out, you have to drink that amount every day.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're on a 7-day cruise, they charge you all 7 days.
Right. You can't just pick and choose. And I have been asked that before. Well, I just want it for like the first 3 days. No, it doesn't work like that.
That's how it works.
Yeah, it's the entire cruise.
You're forcing yourself to drink by the last few days. It's like, oh, God.
Right.
I could probably do it in college for 1 or 2 days straight where I could hit, I don't know. But there's just no way for me.
Yeah.
But some people, there's something to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, when you look at the Norwegian cruises, a lot of them will offer, when booking certain rooms and certain categories, they'll offer a free drink package. You just have to pay the gratuity on it, which is like 18%. So it comes out to be about $100 a person. Yeah, and you have a drink package.
And
so that's
included,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So pro tip, know before you go, if you're looking for a package that's included, I think your best bet, you're right, Norwegian. That's your best bet.
Right. Now, they don't have as many ships and itineraries that go, like down to the Caribbean, because that's what a lot of people, when you think of a cruise, they're going down to the Bahamas and the Caribbean.
Yep.
So they don't really have that, too many ships down there, but they do have the ship in Hawaii, but they don't offer the drink package on there too. So, because Norwegian has the only ship that is docked for 7-night cruises in Hawaii. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I get asked that
really
a lot
cool.
too. Can I do a cruise to Hawaii?
Absolutely.
You can, and everyone else leaves from somewhere in California or Seattle, and it's going to be a 2-week cruise. But if you just have a week, then you can just fly into Honolulu. There are 7-night round trip Honolulu cruises on the Norwegian cruise. So.
And where are those out of?
That's out of Honolulu.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it takes forever to get there if you want to try to go from California, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, gosh, okay. Know before you go. That's why we do the show.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll be honest. We went on a Norwegian boat a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm. Norwegian Getaway.
The Norwegian Getaway really impressed me. So out of all of the cruise lines, I think Norwegian had the coolest setup where you have a plethora of dining options. Now, this was on the Getaway. They have a Getaway class ship, I think, where there's classes of ships.
Right.
I think if you get that class ship or above, it's kind of cool because you have like different restaurants to choose from, whereas your traditional cruise, you have pretty much the dining room, and you get what's in the dining room, or like a buffet-style restaurant, and then maybe 1 or 2 a la carte options, right? Like a steakhouse
specialty
or something.
options. Yeah. Well, the Norwegian, their Oasis class ships and above, those all have tons of, dining options as well. No, on the Royal Caribbean, those are not. Like the Brazilian steakhouse, Italian restaurant, all of those.
The Caribbean Oasis class and above.
Right.
Yes,
yeah. They
course,
have, other specialty dining restaurants that aren't included. And not all of them were included on the Norwegian. They had like 3 or 4 that you rotate. Yeah. And then they had, I know they had a Brazilian steakhouse on there that we went to, an Italian place that we went to, and then the Japanese steakhouse where they cook in front of you. And
all were
those,
really good.
Yeah, those were all great, but they all had a surcharge of like $25 a person. So
yeah, and what I think too, and I'll bounce this off you is you go on these cruises that have the specialty options. I feel like usually what they charge for you to get you to the restaurant, it's very nominal compared to the quality you get.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I've never left a restaurant on a cruise that has a surcharge, and I felt like it wasn't worth it.
Right.
Like you get that value above and beyond every single time, at least in our experience. So you go on a cruise that has the opportunity to try a specialty restaurant, give it a try. I mean, a lot of times they source these world-class chefs that are on these boats. I mean, you'll be surprised. You can go to their websites and look at where their chefs come from. I mean, the chefs on there have incredible experience. They're some of the best in the industry.
Yeah.
And you can tell that when you go to these specialty restaurants.
And our favorite specialty restaurant at sea.
Oh, it's the steakhouse on Princess.
Yes, the
Crown
steakhouse.
Grill?
Crown Grill.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They even have the different like sea salts that they bring to your table that you can dip your steak in. Like I know one of them was a pink salt, and then they had like a
Himalayan salt, and then they have a smoky.
Yeah, I remember that the smoky one.
Yeah,
it was. Oh my gosh, it's making me hungry thinking about it.
So incredible.
And then they have a selection of sides that you can choose from, and you can get 1 or you can get 5 if you want.
Yep.
And it's not just steaks, too. They have sea bass there.
Because kind of once you pay for it, you can get unlimited sides, right? It's kind of you kind of pay to get in, and it's actually a very reasonable price. And then you kind of say, okay, yeah, I want a side of give me a side of spinach and
mac and cheese, French
potatoes,
fries,
everything they have.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, Crown and Grill is so good. I mean, that by far is the best restaurant at sea.
I think
that we've done so far. We've done a lot of different cruise lines and cruises, and
that's on all of the Princess ships.
We actually have a video on our Facebook of the food quality that was on that Princess ship that we did.
Oh yeah,
And it's got this crown grill on there.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see pictures of the food, and it really shows you how much cruising's changed over the last, couple decades. So if you haven't cruised in a long time because you went back in the early 2000s and the food wasn't good, give it another shot. It'll blow you away. Because I remember when I cruised, no knock on Holland American, but the early 2000s, and I think 90s too, I'm sure, the food, it was different. It's just different quality food, different. Nowadays, it's like, the competition's so strong, you have to have great food.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So, I think if you're... Here's the deal with the different cruise lines. There's something for everybody on each of these, right?
Right, there is.
But
and it all kind
more
of...
so on some and less so on others, depending on what you like.
Yeah, I was going to say, it all kind of depends on maybe when you want to go, and, that will determine your options, where you want to go, how long you want to be gone, and then your price point, So out of those four, Carnival, generally speaking, is going to be the least expensive of those. And then I would say Norwegian is, a little bit more expensive than Carnival. And then Royal Caribbean and Princess can be about the same. But if you get on some of Royal Caribbean's more premium ships, like their new ones that they have, Harmony of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, then they, charge a premium price for those. So
yeah, and they're really pushing the technology and innovation of these ships, just incredible. How much, I feel like Royal Caribbean, out of all of them,
they have the best ships.
They have the best ships.
They do.
And the innovation in each new ship, they always up themselves. Like they are the standard when it comes to cruising. Like they set the bar, and then everyone kind of tries to chase it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then they come out with the next. I remember you and I had the opportunity to go on the maiden voyage of the Allure of the Seas.
Right. That was back in 2010.
And I think it is still the biggest cruise ship in the world, right?
No.
The other one passed it, the Symphony?
Yeah, one of their newer ones is a little bit larger.
Holy smokes. Maybe by a little bit, but it can't be by much. So anyways, when we went on that boat, the technology was innovative. There were touch screens everywhere. You have this room, you have the flat screen in your room. You can see all your updates and book restaurants and all that stuff at your room. We thought that technology just blew us away.
Yeah.
And the things to do on board, zip lining, the Central Park.
Oh, and they have that where it's like a skydiving imitation thing. You know how you get in the little air thing and it blows a bunch of air and you just float up and down.
Yeah, you're weightless. That's cool. That's not on the Allure though. That's on the newer ships.
Yeah, it's not on the Allure, but it's on the newer ships.
That's how they set the bar. So the Allure, the Allure had the surf simulator.
I was gonna say the surf simulator.
Super cool.
Right, and they had the floating bar on there too, right? The one that went up and down.
Up and down 2 different levels, which was real awesome. Now they got them where they're going off the side of the ship now. These floating bars. Crazy. Yeah,
it is. But Royal Caribbean definitely has the best ship, and then their food is, out of all of those, I think their food is right up there with, the best of them.
The quality.
So, the quality. Yeah.
The quality of the food is really good, and it's, I would say on average they're probably going to have the best food quality out of all of them on average. They just seem to be the most consistent that we've seen. I would put Princess there at a close second.
Yes.
A lot of the Princess ships we've never really had bad food on.
No, not at all. And the Norwegian, they, like I said, they had great food too. The only one that, my personal opinion, and it's not a knock on them at all, but some of the stuff I just felt like I could have cooked it better, was Carnival.
So. Yeah. And honestly, it's a lower price, right?
It's a lower price. So you especially in travel, the saying rings true so much, but you get what you pay for. And it does provide a great value because you get a nice cruise experience, and they have some awesome itineraries. Yeah. And some of their newer ships are really nice. And
I think the thing with Carnival, and I'll bounce this off you too, is if you look at Royal Caribbean, if you took all the food quality on all the ships at Royal Caribbean, it's going to be a very good, consistent average.
Right.
We found on Carnival the average food. So on their nicer, newer boats, the food's great. I think Carnival's food on the new ships that they have in the bigger ships are just as good as some of Royal Caribbean's. But then when you get to some of the smaller ships, I feel like that's where you see the inconsistencies.
Right.
But the price is so much lower.
Exactly.
So they're going for a lower market, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just kind of is what it is, and it's a lower cost of entry. So if you don't want to swing a Royal Caribbean ship, you're going to get a great experience on Carnival at a better price.
Right.
And, some of the food might not be as consistent. That's that's all our, no beef with it. It just is what it is. Right?
Oh, yeah. No, not at all.
So, and then a lot of the boats have great entertainment.
Oh, yeah. They all have great entertainment. And, the atmosphere on them is a little different, too.
Yep.
Just speaking back on the Carnival thing.
I mean, Princess,
Well, Princess generally is an older crowd.
Yeah, and that is Princess is actually part of Carnival, right?
Yes,
and
they are.
Just, you get us an older, middle-aged to older crowd there.
So the entertainment on there is,
I think,
it's geared towards that. And, out of all of them, Royal Caribbean has the best entertainment. They have Broadway-style shows on them. So I think Royal Caribbean definitely has the best entertainment.
Yeah. Was it Ariana Grande? Did she come from a Royal Caribbean boat?
Yeah, I think she did.
Was it Royal Caribbean? It was one of them.
Yeah, it was a Royal Caribbean. She got started she was found on she was singing in one of the shows on a Royal Caribbean ship. So.
And she's kind of popular now.
Yeah, she's kind of famous. Just a little famous. So
I love me some Ariana Grande, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
We may have been on a boat. We got to look it up because we've cruised with Royal Caribbean so many times. We could have been on a boat.
Maybe so.
Brush shoulders with Ariana Grande.
Maybe
could
so.
Have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Ariana Grande, if you're out there listening, hit us up on our Instagram and DM us and let us know what boats you were on so we can track it down.
I'm sure we could Google it.
I'm sure it's on Google, yeah.
Another thing Royal Caribbean has that's cool is they have such good comedy shows on there.
Oh, man, it's so funny.
Like, they fly in all these good comedians and, put them on the ship for a couple days. And some of the best comedy shows that we've seen have been on Royal Caribbean, and they don't have them on all of their ships. It's just on the larger, newer ships like Oasis class and above. But
but
they're great.
Isn't that the best gig on the boat, to be the comedian? Because think about it. Let's think about this for a second. You get hired on, they fly you in, and you get to go on this boat, and you're probably being paid pretty well to do that. You're on vacation all the time, and you have a different crowd every week.
Yeah.
So you can literally tell the same jokes. You can have the same skit, and it'll be hilarious every single time.
That's right.
Because you're going to get a different crowd every week, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a bad gig. And
Not
some
a bad
of them
gig at all.
some of them start their shows off with like what it's like to be a comedian on the boat.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
It is funny.
But we always catch those shows. Another show we like, staying on entertainment, is the Love and Marriage game show.
Oh, yeah.
We've actually participated.
We have participated in the Love and Marriage game show, and we've actually won.
We've won a lot. I think we've won more than we lost.
Yeah, I think we've won twice. I think we've done maybe 3 or 4 times. I can't remember. But, yeah, we've actually won it twice.
I know you well, and you know me too well.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
And they, if you haven't been, they do ask some off-the-wall questions. Some of them are PG, some of them are very adult.
Yeah, so don't go, like with your mom or something. You might be, and go up on stage, you might be a little embarrassed.
I always love when there's like a wedding on the ship. It's very common that someone there got married on the boat.
Oh, yeah.
And then the parents are on the boat because they got married there, right? And
then
you have your friends.
I say we saw that one time, yeah.
And then the whole family went to the Love and Marriage game show. Well, who ended up on stage? They always have a newlywed couple. Well, if you got married on the boat, they're gonna.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put you up there.
You could get up there, and you don't have to if you don't want to, but often they do for the fun of it. And but then
the look on their face whenever the guy asks, where's the craziest place you made whoopee?
Yeah, they always ask that. Where's the craziest place you've ever made whoopee? And for those that don't know, the Love and Marriage game show is where, so it's the couples are on a team. So each couple is their own team, and they usually have a newlywed couple,
right?
A couple that's been married, they say like 2 to 10 years, and then a couple maybe 10 to 20, and then they usually get like a 25, 30, 40-year-old vets up there.
Yes.
And what they do is they'll say they start the show, they take all the women away, and it's just the guys up there on stage. Mm-hmm. And they fire those questions away, and you have someone taking notes on each guy's answer.
Yes.
Well, then the girls come back on board. They come back on the stage, right? And then they ask the same question to the women, but the guys are there. And if they match, you get a point.
Yep.
So, like, I remember you didn't get mad at me, but I got your favorite color wrong. You remember that?
Yeah, I don't know where in the world you thought yellow was my favorite color.
It's black. And because you wear black all the time, I should have known that.
Yes.
Yeah, I guessed yellow. And then you came out, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, please say yellow. And you're like, so what's your favorite color? And you were like, black. And I was like, dang it, I knew it because black was my second guess.
Yeah.
But you don't get points for second guesses.
No, you lost that one.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. But those are always fun and a good time. They usually do, one of those on board, and then they'll play it on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
For the rest of the cruise. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, so when you're sitting in your stateroom at night and you're just flipping the TV,
you can watch it.
Chances are you'll flip through that cruise channel and you'll see the replay of it. And then you and I have experienced this a lot. Everyone recognizes you on the boat.
Oh, after that, yeah,
After
then
you do
everyone
that,
will recognize you.
Because a lot of people go to that show.
Yes.
So, so much fun. I would say the cruise line that has the best lounges. So, what boat was it? The most recent Princess boat we went on?
Yes, that was back in March. We did the 10-day Southern Caribbean cruise.
Really good lounges on that boat, as far as like different themed.
Oh, yeah, they
Them
did.
and Royal Caribbean really do a good job.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a bar for every day.
Yeah, you can kind of have. Then some of them have happy hour specials.
Yes.
They have wine bars and
their
pubs
happy
and-
hour specials are generally like you buy one get one free, and that's from 3 to 4 p.m. and then 11 p.m. to midnight. So
yeah.
And we actually made the mistake one time. We did the buy one get one free. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
And so we said what we wanted. We were getting the same thing, so we could buy just one of those, and then the other one would be free. But apparently, it didn't work like that. You each had to buy a drink, and then you got a second one free.
Oh yeah,
and we were like, "Well, we didn't want a second one," so that was kind of a.
Yeah, we didn't really want 4 drinks before dinner.
Yeah, no,
Total
well,
between the
that
two
was
of us.
before bed. That was before bed.
Before bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh well, sometimes you gotta suck it up on vacation.
I guess, yeah.
Life's tough out there at sea.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
But speaking back to the atmosphere, because I get asked that a lot. Well, which is better, Royal Caribbean or Carnival? And again, like I said, it's all based on where you want to go and what you're looking for and what you're looking to spend. But the atmosphere on board's a little different. Generally on Carnival, on the pool deck, they're playing top 40 music,
Yep.
whereas on Royal Caribbean and Norwegian and Princess, you find a lot that on the pool deck they have a steel drum band out there.
It's a lot more island music.
Right, so it's a lot
slower
more laid
paced.
back, yes, relaxed atmosphere.
And that's what Carnival does. Carnival they own fun. I mean, that's their
Oh yeah,
their,
and
their
they
slogan. That's
yeah,
their
that
slogan,
is
fun.
yeah, yep.
So they sell fun, and it is fun if you're there with your buddies and you're having. I mean, that is fun.
Oh
but
yeah,
if you're looking for something a little more slow pace, I agree 100%. Your Royal Caribbeans or even your Carnival. Not Carnival. Princess will get you that that kind of laid back experience.
yes,
And usually boats now have more than one pool.
yes.
Most of them, you still have some of the older ships that have only the one pool.
I was gonna say the one that we did the cruise to Cuba on, it was a very old ship on Royal Caribbean.
One pool, right? I think
yeah,
it was
and
one
it just had one pool
So
on
you
there.
kind of stuck with what they're playing there, which is fine.
Right.
And we'll have to save that for another episode. But the Cuba trip was fascinating.
Oh yeah.
So we always get asked what are some of the coolest places you've ever been. Cuba's up there because it's just fascinating to see right now. But yeah, we'll have to do a whole show on that. Cause we
will
for a while, and obviously there's the the political side to that, which is kind of not really, I guess, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very fascinating to see. But yeah, so if you're going on, rule of thumb, right? Shorter itineraries, shorter cruise, you're going to get a smaller boat.
That's right.
The bigger boats are for the longer itineraries.
7 nights and 7 to 10 nights. Yep.
And the newest ships always do the longer cruises.
Right.
For the
Yeah,
most
they're
part,
not going to put, a 3-4 night Bahamas sailing on an oasis of the seas. It just doesn't happen.
So we won't rank them because it's too hard to rank them. To be honest, it all depends on what you're looking for. As if you listen to this whole show, I mean, there's something for everybody. If you're looking for upbeat and fun and go, and
you're going with a group of friends, Carnival. Great.
If you're on a budget too, because typically if you go with a group of friends, you have various budgets.
Yes.
And that's why Carnival's always good because you're going to get the best, maybe not the best bang for your buck, but you're going to get in for the lowest cost.
Right.
On average with Carnival.
And there'll be something to suit everyone's budget. So.
Absolutely. And, I look at, we won't rank these, but I'll say my favorite is probably going to be Princess. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, and We finally were able to go on one of Princess's largest ships back in March of this year. And, that ship was awesome. It was the Royal Princess.
Man. Yep.
And we did a 10-night Southern Caribbean cruise on that. And, it was great. So fun. And it reminded me a lot of going on the Allure of the Seas. Just not, they don't have like the Central Park like the Allure of the Seas has, but
yeah.
No, I think it kind of suits us because when we vacation, we're very laid back, relaxed, chill. Yeah, and that kind of suits us on Princess. So yeah, I would say that they're probably my number one too.
Yeah, just for our style because we're slower paced when we vacation. Right. We like the quiet atmosphere, and I think you're going to find more quiet places on a Princess boat than maybe any other brand. Princess, you don't see as many families, so we kind of like that. I think if you're going with a family, Royal Caribbean, home run.
Lots of families go on there, yeah. And they have great, kids programs, and yeah.
But for us, Princess, and even we're probably amongst the youngest on the boat on most Princess
we
cruises.
are.
And we don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
If you're going with some friends and you're looking to have more of a social aspect to it and you want to meet people on the boat, Princess might not be the way to go, right? So it's always good to talk to a travel agent. Don't price hunt. Really talk to a travel agent who knows what they're doing. Yes. And they tell them what you're looking for. They'll give you the best. At least the ones that travel will give you the best advice.
Oh, absolutely.
And it shouldn't be for a penny more because we are a zero fee.
Zero fee travel agency.
Zero fee travel agency. We always get paid through the vendors that we book with, and you usually, hopefully, we can save you money. But a lot of times, we save people money. Good.
I was gonna say, actually, I did just book a 7-night cruise for someone, and we had group space held.
That is right.
Yes. And so that group space that was held was at a much lower rate than what the current published rate of it was. So,
because travel agencies, we can book off space.
Yes.
Because we're confident we'll have enough people to come in and cover it.
Right.
And so when you buy in bulk like we do, you get a little better rate.
Yeah, and so I think it actually...
How much? What did you save them?
It was like $600.
Holy,
it was something
that
crazy.
Much?
Yeah, I was shocked that it was that much, but that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, that's a home run.
Yes.
So maybe we should do if we have group space, maybe put it in the show notes or something next time.
Yeah.
So, but wow, we've been talking for 30 minutes. There's so many, and the reason we've been going so long is because there's so much to cover here. We could probably do 3 shows on this, but.
Oh, yeah.
We hope you guys got some high-level details on each boat.
You got some travel news to share regarding a cruise.
Yeah, we got the travel news segment in
So kind of scary, but I swear Carnival, it seems like, has the worst luck when it comes to stuff happening on their ships, because I'm sure a lot of you probably remember when the Carnival Triumph was drifting at sea for 5 days.
No food, no water.
Several years ago. And then also the Carnival Dream, something happened to it. Right before we had went on it back in 2013.
Was it the norovirus?
No, I think they had an engine fire or something. I can't remember, but something had happened to
I think
it.
You're right. Yeah,
right before we went. And then now, most recently, there's the Carnival Sunshine is in the news, which cool little thing about Carnival Sunshine for all of the local South Carolina people. It is one of Carnival's nicer ships, and it's going to be docked in Charleston.
Yep.
And it's doing cruises to Cuba from Charleston.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Beginning in 2020. So just a cool little note there.
Yeah, and the reason I lost my train of thought there for a second. I was looking at the travel news. The reason I think that boat, a lot of people ask, why don't they get the great boats that come to Charleston, is because the port's so small. And it's about the depth of the water and the angle the boats have to take getting into it. It's just a smaller port. I heard that Charleston had plans to develop one. We'll have to do an update on that one. I don't know.
But a lot of the residents they've been fighting it for years. They don't want it.
Yeah.
Because I think Charleston's crowded enough, so that's probably why they don't want it.
Oh my gosh, it's so overcrowded.
Yeah, so tell them what happened with the Sunshine.
So going back to the travel news here, in the news, we have the Carnival cruise ship, and this is the official term that, I guess the boating term or shipping term is listed.
Yes.
It listed, and I guess it tilted at
it tilted.
It tilted at such an angle, so it's tilted. Its tilting prevention system gave way or something happened.
Yeah, something broke.
And it tilted the boat to a point where a lot of things started sliding off tables. It tilted beyond the angle.
The pool water was flowing out.
Yeah, pool water's flowing out. The videos and pictures are kind of startling.
Yeah,
but
everyone said they just kept thinking of the Titanic.
Yeah, and it's just, it tilted and leaned because of technical issues just hours after leaving Port Canaveral, it says here. And, it says that they were always safe, and I think...
Yeah, nothing.
I'm sure they were
no one
safe.
Was ever in any danger.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine, I would have been scared to death.
Yeah, and say you're handicapped or something and you might slip and fall, you are kind of in danger there.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm looking to try to see the angle it tilted at, but I don't know if they've released it yet. But, when you cruise, these kind of things happen. But I'll be honest, the boats are so big.
Yeah,
that
you don't really
feel it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how big the boats are and how good these systems are.
Yeah.
Where you rarely feel it. Now, obviously, they felt it on this. Something
they felt that.
malfunctioned here.
Right.
But all the cruises we've been on, we've had a little rocking here and there, but it's so subtle.
I do remember, and I think it was when we were on the Mediterranean cruise, and the ship was rocking so much one night that the drawers were opening. And do you remember that?
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
closing.
A rock.
Yeah, that about gave me a heart attack.
We went through that storm. It was the second to last night of our trip.
Yeah,
and they canceled our
because
port to Cannes, France.
In Cannes. Yeah.
So. But it does happen. Very rare. They usually do a good job avoiding that stuff.
Yeah, just always take some Dramamine with you just in case.
Know before you go travel tip.
Yeah.
Take some Dramamine just in case. You probably will rarely need it, but you better need it. What's the saying?
Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
There you go.
Yep.
That's why you're my wife. I don't remember stuff like that. I would forget the Dramamine.
Yes.
But anyways, all right. We're going to wrap the show up, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. We could talk for days here on this, the difference in all these wonderful cruise lines. If you're interested in this or anything you heard on the show, please hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, at Penyak Travel, or check out our website, penyaktravel.com. We love you guys. We appreciate your ear. We appreciate you guys listening to us. And we hope you guys have a great week and happy Veterans Day.
Bye, everyone.